Hi folks, you're very welcome to episode 2 of Whiskey in the Bar. Last week we sampled the lights of the Palace 14-year-old, and this week we're coming to you from the Palace Bar with another single malt courtesy of the Teeling's Whiskey Company. If you missed our first episode, you can check it out on the link below, but for now we're going to dive into the spirit of Dublin and get tasting. So welcome back to episode 2 of Whiskey in the Bar. We're going to dive in straight away now with the Teeling single malt and the true spirit of Dublin. What do you reckon, Michael?
Looking forward to this one.
Do the honours.
Very much looking forward to this one. A great whiskey, actually. Well, the first time I heard about it, it was I'd heard that they put it into 5 casks, a 5-cask finish, which was weird. They've got Madeira, port, sherry.
Okay.
It was down as a white Burgundy, which is a Chardonnay finish.
Okay.
And also Cabernet Sauvignon finish. And I thought, they're throwing everything at this, and it's going to be a disaster.
Well?
I actually thought, I don't fancy this at all. But when I tried it, I thought, he did get it well. Fantastic whiskey. Much to my surprise. I mean, the initial reaction, as I said, was kind of, oh, there's too much going on there. But lovely, beautiful whiskey.
Of course, Teeling's an exciting new company, really. As James Joyce said, you can go, the real challenge is going from one side of Dublin to the other without seeing a pub, whereas nowadays it seems to be, can you make it from one side of Dublin to the other without seeing Teeling's, because they seem to be...
That's very good.
They seem to be everywhere, don't they?
They are everywhere. You have to give it to them that they are getting the brand out there. They've ruffled a few feathers, but I think that there's no harm in that as well.
But they are very much going after that same model that Jameson are of targeting the new generation of whiskey drinkers. They're really doing that with aggressive marketing kind of right throughout Dublin and beyond. But how does their whiskey stand up? What do you think?
In the words of Alex Chasko, yeah.
Alex Chasko being their master distiller.
Their master distiller, yeah. An American guy. That he has pulled a great one out there. I'm not a great fan of all their whiskies, but this one I think is beautiful. It's a really, really lovely whiskey. Now, as you're sipping this, I'll tell you a little bit about Alex Chasko. He's a man from Oregon, a huge giant, a genial giant actually, really nice fella. Whiskey is distilled beer. People don't realise that. Mm-hmm. And the 7 steps to heaven, the 7 ways of making whiskey, the first 5 are about making beer. So Alex was a brewer. It's a very short step to go across the distilling. And he married an Irish woman, came over here. He worked briefly at the White Gypsy Guys, which is a fantastic beer, by the way, for good beer. He worked briefly with those, and then he joined Cooley Distillery as an understudy to Noel Sweeney. Good fun, good character, always welcoming. And I must admit, as I said in the beginning, the 5, I was really worried when I heard 5 casks, but I think that it is a winner. On the nose, I'm getting a little bit of citrus, cypress. Strange, yeah.
This is the first whiskey that I got cut grass on. We see that a lot of time, and especially when you hear the distiller's notes on what exactly it is. This was actually the first time I got to nose a whiskey and actually genuinely kind of smell cut grass on that one. Not the only thing there on as well. I do agree with you with the citrus. Figs as well a little bit.
Yeah, I am.
I think actually this isn't a whiskey that actually needs water as much as their small batch, because I haven't tried their small batch. I think that is a whiskey that's very much enhanced with water, but I think even at this one, bottled at the same 46%, I actually don't think it needs water certainly as much as their small batch. I think it stands on its own 2 feet.
Yeah,
and I think that's maybe the mark of the whiskey that Alex Chasko has put together there.
I'm getting pear now from that.
With the addition of water?
With the addition of water, pear and it is a great whiskey. I think it's my favourite Teelings, without going to the expensive stuff, the 21-year-old.
Yeah, their older stuff, the kind of vintage stuff.
Very, very fruity.
But again, very mild finish on that one as well, I think. Usually with, again, comparing it to the small batch and the grain, you're feeling a shorter finish really right about here. I think with this one, actually, you're not as much at all. It's got a nice kind of long finish down, but it's very, very good. It certainly gets a thumbs up from us, Michael.
It certainly does, yeah.
So we've tasted the spirit of Dublin, best Teeling so far until we get trying the roller stuff, but certainly a thumbs up all round. So, folks, another great whiskey indeed from Teeling's. My thanks to Palace for their hospitality, Michael for his company, and indeed to Teeling's for their whiskey. Next week, we're going to be sampling the delights of the Glendalough 13. Until then, folks, keep the fires burning, and we'll see you then.
A bit about the Palace Bar itself before we actually try the whiskey. It's a family-owned pub. They were the first pub to bring their own whiskey out.